Ajayi gets it now. Combination passes right there. Wow, Nigeria loses possession. Not in a dangerous area, but that's not the characteristic of a team that is serious and that want to get results. It is the White Dogs from the wings. Ajayi corners that man. Yes, Ajayi gets it, but at a cost. He gives away a throw.
Yeah, I think we need to speak about, of course, it's still earlier in the game, but it seems like Bright Osai Samuel is finding it difficult to cope with the attacking force of the Guinea-Bissau front line, and that's twice now he's lost possession, and I think he needs to work on it, especially as the game progresses. It's not combining well with Samuel Chukwueze right there in attack on that right wing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Well, it is a 5-man defense, same like they did against Ivory Coast. Why change an approach? Why change a formation when it worked for you the last time you used it? So the coach has stuck with the same approach that brought them that win against the host country, a 1-0 win against highly rated Ivorian side that had won their first game 2-0.
Yeah, and the Ivorians obviously defeated this same Guinea-Bissau side. Of course, they've lost their 2 games. They lost 4-2 against Equatorial Guinea in their second group game. And just like you said, why change a winning team? I mean, this is a team that is very, very motivated. And let's not also forget, Bumi, that this is a formation that the Nigerians are trying for only the 3rd time under Coach Jose Piseo. The first time was in that 2-0 friendly loss pre-AFCON to the Stallions of Guinea. And, of course, now against the Ivorians, which was of course the second time, and they're trying it again today against the Wild Dogs of Guinea-Bissau.
Well, the White Dogs building from the left-hand side of their defense, moving the ball around. Sangate all getting involved, chasing. They are being chased down by Moses Simon, supported by Victor Osimhen. They keep the ball successfully. The Wild Dogs. Nigerians unable to put enough pressure on them. Well, this is interesting. Egda in the defense for the White Dogs. Now it's from the right-hand side of their defense. And they are enjoying so much possession with the Nigerian side sitting back, soaking the pressure. Now they've switched to the left where you have Bright Osai Samuel. He caught in. White Dogs enjoying a whole lot of possession in this one. Fernando Gomez. And now to the side where you have Nanu. Is this unusual?
Well, I think the Nigerians definitely would need to bide their time as far as this one is concerned, because they started this game on a very, very explosive manner, and it seems like the rhythm of the game has now reduced to, a bit of walking pace for the Nigerians. Now the Guinea-Bissau team are now passing the ball around with so much confidence. I think it needs to work. I think one of the reasons why is the fact that Nigeria's midfield seems to be a bit porous. I do not know, maybe that's because of the changes to the team, the fact that Alexander Iwobi is not in the team, and taking his place today is Joe Aribo. So I think the Guinea-Bissau midfielders are readily enjoying a field day. Passing the ball around with so much confidence. I think the Nigerians definitely will need to correct this as the game progresses.
Well, Famana Kizera had a shot towards goal, but really was not going close to target. But what they did, keeping the ball, the panache with which they moved it around, must be a source of worry for Super Eagles fans. We don't love being dominated, no matter what, not even in possession. Nigerians love good football, and they love their team playing good football. Goalkeeper clears it, Jones Mendes. And there is a fight right there between Kenneth Omeru and one of the strikers. The White Dogs have it back. The referee says play on. Nigeria gets possession. Frank Onyeka. Ola Aino now. Moses Simon supports. Frank Onyeka again from the side is out of his position. He uses space and power. Blocked out by the defense of Guinea-Bissau. He seems to have caught something on his way to making that move. Not sure if he's going to need attention, but Frank Onyeka up against Mendes Hubolang, and the defender does well to put the ball out for a corner kick. The first corner kick in this game.
Absolutely, and I think that this is where Nigeria needs to make those telling chances count, because they understand that now that the Guinea-Bissau backline is really making it difficult for them to sort of find those scoring positions, those goal scoring positions are now coming at a premium for the Super Eagles. That this corner kick situation or set pieces are something that they can definitely work on, because they have the height, they have the likes of Kenneth Omero, Shimi Ajayi, Victor Osimhen, very good headers of the ball, but from that ensuing corner, it was just not troubling, and they need to do better.
Already 14 minutes in, not much of big chances we've seen so far. Osai Samuel picks the ball to throw from the right-hand side of Nigeria's attack. He's waiting, looking for options. Finally, he finds one in the middle. And it's Onyeka puddling down for Kenneth Omero. Omero to Calvin Bassey. Bassey to Ola Aina on the left-hand side. A quick switch now from Calvin Bassey, looking for who exactly was that? Looks like Moses Simon.
Bright Osai Samuel.
Samuel. How did he get himself into that attacking position?
I'm as surprised as you, Bumi, because I think that was a very wonderful ball. Maybe it was offside, but of course playing to the whistle right there. And I think that obviously shows you he doesn't have that striker's instinct, because imagine if Victor Osimhen there, maybe
on the end of that ball. Yeah. Well, he needs to learn from the African footballer out there. Yeah. I mean, what are friends for? Basiro Kande says, look, we'll be fighting for our pride. And right now, looking at possession, it is 67% of possession to the Wild Dogs, 34% of possession to Nigeria. A little bit of surprise looking at the pedigree of both teams.
Yeah.
Nigeria going on the attack. Samuel Chukwueze, Osai Samuel, and now it's Joe Aribo. Passes it back to Semi Ajayi. No, it is that man from Brentford, Frank Onyeka, getting involved. But no, now it is Ola Aina, Moses Simon, 1-on-1 in the box. He cuts in. He's been stopped. Like 5 players. Chance now for the Super Eagles. Goalkeeper comes out to punch that out. Jones Mendes. Offside, finally offside, signaled by the assistant referee. But good job from Jones. Saw the threat Osimhen was posing. He came to the rescue of his defense.
Absolutely, and I think much better from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I expected that Moses Simon would maybe try and find Victor Osimhen, because Victor Osimhen peeled off the Guinea-Bissau defender right there, expecting the ball, expecting the cut back into the box from Moses Simon, but it just did not fall kindly for him, and from the ensuing cross into the box, just like you mentioned, the goalkeeper off his line very quickly to deny Victor Osimhen, because he knows the threat he possesses, but unfortunately the assistant referee's flag was up for offside.
Nigeria needs to get it done today. They didn't start well. Started with a draw against Equatorial Guinea. A lot of people wrote them off going into their second game against Ivory Coast. But they surprised even themselves. Beating the host country 1-0. Penalty goal scored by Captain William Truss-Ekong. Would you say they were a little bit lucky in that game?
No, I wouldn't attribute it to luck, because I felt that the Nigerians took the game to the Ivorians. Ivorians were not much threatening in that game up until when Nigeria actually scored, which of course we expected, because they had the host nation, they had the home support behind them, and they felt the pressure. It felt like they were under less pressure up until when Nigeria actually scored in that game. But immediately the goal went in, the Ivorians thought that, we definitely cannot allow this to happen. But unfortunately for them, the Nigerians were very strong in defense. They were very strong, especially going forward. They could have added more goals, but it just didn't fall kindly for them. So I think that was a very good win. You cannot look at that game and say it was just down to luck. Even the Ivorians cannot say that.
All right. Well, the White Dogs trying to work their way into Nigeria's half from the left back position of Nigeria. Is that man Mendes from that side, but eventually the ball went out and it's a throw to Nigeria. So far, not much of fireworks you want to say, but when will the fire be lit? Osimhen comes back to help. Moses Simon to Joe Aribo. Joe Aribo takes it to Kenneth Omero, who captains the side tonight. And now a long one, looking for Bright Osai Samuel. Wow, the defender slips. This could be a chance for Nigeria. Osai Samuel, he crosses it, blocked. A little bit clumsy from Osai Samuel there. It doesn't look too fit for me.
Absolutely, very, very clumsy, because it felt like he had a second bite at the sherry, because the defender actually slipped right there, giving him possession of the ball, and he darted into the box. We were expecting a cross. I'm sure Victor Osimhen was as well, but the cross did not just arrive, and then he kept on hesitating until the ball was eventually taken off him.
Nigeria enjoying their bout of possession also. And Kenneth Omero to Ajayi. Ajayi will go back to Stanley Nwabali. Stanley looks for Calvin Bassey. Bassey goes long again. It's one-way traffic. Same thing every time. Samuel Chukwueze lays it for Osimhen. Osimhen lays it down to... I think that was Frank Onyeka. But Onyeka didn't put too much of... okay, it was Joe Aribo eventually.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair on him, he actually was on his left foot. Joe Aribo is right-footed, but I think he would have loved to have found the back of the net from that very, very good chance. But the defenders for Guinea Bissau actually took the sting of that particular one. But good play from the Nigerians, especially for building it from the flank.
Well, the White Dogs, come on. They work their way into the edge of the box of Nigeria. But eventually the shot from Dasio, the man who plays just behind the striker, was not good enough.
Yeah, not good enough. And what's also not good enough is Nigeria's defensive approach in that particular one. As you can see from the body language of goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali, is very, very livid at the defense, because they're just not doing a very, very good job at caging and stopping the threat posed by the Guinea-Bissau attackers.
Well, quickly, ball turned on its head. Guinea-Bissau attacking from the left-hand side. Osai Samuel trying to apply pressure. But no, nothing has happened yet. Osai Samuel beaten. He does well to recover, to put the ball out for a corner. But again, questions being asked of him, though there's been a great response from him. But again, you want to say, you can't allow a man to run at you all this through this game. He needs to be careful. Carlos Mendes Gomez is the man troubling Nigeria's Osai Samuel.
And now this is a very great chance, Bumi, for the Guinea-Bissau team, because it's a corner kick. They are very first of the game. Let's see if they can or will trouble Nigeria and the goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali.
Well, taken quickly for Mana Kuzera and to nobody in particular. So the ball is lost. Goal kick to Nigeria. Stanley Nwabali is not happy with something. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if you know.
I think it's the defensive approach, especially coming from the midfield up until they attack the Nigerians. To the defense. The Nigerians are very, very passive in their defensive approach. They are losing the ball. I mean, the passes are not getting to where they need to get to.
Well, 1-1, Moses Simon testing his strength against Mendes at the back for Guinea-Bissau there. But again, Mendes does a good job and puts the ball out for a throw to be taken by Ola Aino. And Hubulong Mendes also some few minutes ago was running at Nigeria's defense. So he's one of their prominent player so far in this game. Long throw to be taken by Ola Aino. He delivers it into the box, targeting Victor Osimhen, but Osimhen didn't time that properly. He goes out for a goal kick. That's a great weapon. All I know is get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was about to say that's a very, very nice weapon to have, especially in this competition. Olaino's prowess from throwing situations maybe might not be known to a lot of people, but I think it's something that could be very, very troubling for the opposing sides when Super Eagles come up against them. And it was a very, very good throw. Victor Osimhen threw himself at the ball right there, but just could not connect to it.
Nigeria again, Joe Aribo released. by the Watford boy, Frank Onyeka, combining there with Semi Ajayi. Now is Kenneth Umero. Calvin Bassey gets it all in Nigeria's half. Now they've worked it into the opposition's half. Ola Aina from the left, posing as if he wants to whip across into the area, but he decides against that. Joe Aribo to Moses Simon. The opponent has been pinned just right on the edge of the 18. Ola Aina takes it back to Calvin Bassey. They're trying to recycle possession. Now Kenneth Umero. Umero to Nwabali. Nwabali just right on the circle, on the arc, on the edge of the box. Now, Joe Aribo controls. Looking for a long ball into the path of Ola Aina. Cleared once again by Hubalong Mendes. And there you have it. Former NFF president, who is also an executive committee member of FIFA, gets the camera's attention in the glass there.
And I'm laughing because just like you said, the glass, it makes me remember his time at the glass house, right in Abuja.
It's the VIP session. A long throw again by Aina, connected by Ajayi, but it goes out after pressure was applied by the White Dog defense, especially that man Elder Lee. I hope I got that correctly. And you know, he's been the man applying pressure each time Nigeria has been trying to attack. He plays out there in Turkey for Trabzonspor. He's 29 years old. At 29, he has a lot of experience in he's been in the Super League, playing in Turkey for some time now. Back to the field of play, Osimhen. And now a chance for Sai Samuel to run on goal. Victor Osimhen on the other side. He's late, not too late. Samuel Chukwueze takes it back to a chance still there for Nigeria. They are recycling possession. Joe Aribo back to Osai Samuel. Osai Samuel tries to do so much. He's pulled back, and the referee finds that not good enough. So the referee for today is a very beautiful woman from Morocco.
Yeah.
And I understand that there are women all through on the sideline also.
Yeah.
About 3 of them.
And it's an historic day for women. And I'm sure if you're a woman watching this game, you'll definitely be happy. 36-year-old Bushra Kabubi from Morocco is actually the center referee. And that's the very first time a female referee would be officiating a game at the Africa Cup of Nations. And she's a very experienced referee. She has handled games in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations and also in the Moroccan top division. So that shows you she knows her trade very well, and she's very, very good at it.
Well, 27 minutes already. No real shots on target from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Are they waiting till the last few minutes? Chance now on the edge of the box. Osai Samuel. He gets Samuel Chukwueze in the box. He hits the hand of the player, asking for a penalty. But the referee says no. And now the White Dogs trying to counter-attack. Possession lost once again. One back by Frank Onyeka. And now Nigeria will progress. Bright Osai Samuel from the right-hand side. He cuts in. Oh, that was Samuel Chukwueze.
Yeah.
They look alike.
Absolutely.
Even from their hairstyle. Okay. Frank Onyeka commits an offense. Referee sees that, but even his manager says, how? How is that? Dalcio Gomez actually came back to get involved in the play, and Onyeka clears him with the ball. Something we usually say back then, if you miss the ball, don't miss the leg.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that replay now, I don't know why, because the player's hand was clearly outstretched in an unnatural position.
Is that stretched?
Yeah, because, I mean, I do not know why the player was trying to make himself
bigger than usual.
Yeah. So I think that's something that should be considered. But the referee and, of course, VR checked and decided that there was nothing wrong with that particular one. So, I mean, fingers crossed.
Dalcio is getting much of the ball in this encounter, and is one of the top performer so far for Guinea Bissau. And after the Eagles pressured them for about 10 minutes and nothing came out of it, they are now out of their shell, attacking Nigeria. Some step overs right there. But eventually, the final piece also missing in their play, and is that man, Famana Kuzera. And his coach is not happy about that.
Absolutely. As you can see, the coach
after the leg over, you were expecting something sweet. And all of a sudden, he passed it out for a goal kick. Football made in Bissau. Let's see football made in Nigeria. Ajayi to the goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. Nwabali takes it to the midfield. Nigeria with one touch play, but it goes nowhere. They are still in the defense. Calvin Bassey to Ajayi. Ajayi decides to stroll forward, then he turns back again. Goes back to Nwabali. They want to lure out the White Dogs, but come on, the trap is not working.
Absolutely. I think that they really learned from what the Ivorians did in that second group game. I'm surprised as to why they didn't play like this against the Equatorial Guineans in their second group game as well, because it seems like they understand that Nigeria's threat comes from, when you give them space and allow
and
them
a ball right behind the opposition's defense, but it was too far for Victor Osimhen, so it goes straight into the hands of Jonas Mendes in goal. He's also the captain of the White Dogs. In the first game of Nigeria against Equatorial Guinea, I think his name was Jesus. He emerged the man of the match. Well, would Guinea-Bissau's goalkeeper also be the man of the match for today?
Jesus Owono.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I think one thing, just as the players are actually having their cooling break now, is the fact that Nigeria has been missing a sort of creative spark in the middle of the pack, especially for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Alexander
could it be today a game where we will need to play the Leicester City ball?
Yeah.
Kelechi
I was actually surprised, because judging by reports from the training, especially in the build-up to this one, we got wind of the information that he's actually fit, he's raring to go, and I was expecting him to start this game, but I think the coach has other ideas, maybe keeping him fresh for the knockout phase. But the most important thing is to get rid of what's in front of you rather than looking far ahead. I understand the need to look far ahead, but I think Nigeria needs to win this game. This is a game that we need to win, and win handsomely to be at least guarantee ourselves a chance of winning or topping the group. I was expecting that, and just like I was saying, the creative spark is missing. Alexander Iwobi is not playing in this game, and of course Kelechi Iheanacho. Joe Aribo has not had a good game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in a long while. I think that's one of the most problematic areas, especially judging by what we've seen so far. Jose Pizarro is not a happy man now. It's really coming at his team, and I'm not surprised as to see that, because the Guinea-Bissau team, they've played with so much freedom, especially bypassing that midfield at will and going past and then trying their luck from range. So that's something that needs to change. Hopefully after the cooling break we'll see a more rejuvenated and sturdier Nigerian side.
Well, where will the spark come from? 32 minutes. Guinea-Bissau nil, Nigeria nil. Nigeria is looking for a chance to qualify for the knockout stages as group winners, and that is being top of the group in the pre-match conference. The coach says they want to win the group, and if they want to win the group, they need to score some goals. And judging from what we've seen in the first 30 minutes, these Eagles are not flying. Well, they are having some pep talks. Victor Osimhen also involved. And finally, that's the throw to restart again after the cooling break. A long one, dangerous. It's been controlled. Guinea-Bissau, well, it's been shadowed out by Kenneth Omero. He needs to be careful not to concede a free kick there. The White Dogs will keep it. Right halfway through Nigeria's half, they continue to keep possession. A long one in and behind Nigeria's defense, but Olaino has caught the ball out for a goal kick.
What?
That might just be their tactics.
Yeah.
Long balls behind this Nigeria's defense, because that was how they scored Nigeria right here in Abuja, if you remember.
Absolutely. And I didn't mean taking advantage of the lack of pace. Kelechi Omeruo is not the fastest of of centre backs, and that's something that I'm sure the Guinea Bissau attackers are really looking to exploit, because as you can see immediately from the restart after the cooling break, they immediately went on that attack from a very great ball from the defense line into the player in acres of space. He was looking to find the space, but Kelechi Omeruo eventually recovered. That's something that the Nigerians need to work on, especially as Kenneth Omeruo is in the center of defense. He needs to be very alert as to nipping that danger before it eventually costs the Super Eagles.
Well, Kuzera Famana, just 21 years old, has played in a couple of countries, including Belgium. He's not one who you expect a lot of goals from, but he's the target once again. This is dangerous. Well, the control is not there.
As you can see, Bubi, that was Calvin Bassey recovering
to cover up
for
Kenneth Omeruo.
That's something that needs to work. Semi Ajayi and Kenneth Omeruo have had to do. Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey have had to do most of the covering work. It's good that they are doing that, but I think how long that would last remains to be seen, because if you leave your goalkeeper at the mercy of the attackers, then that's something that could really cost you. And I think Kenneth Omeruo needs to really up his game if Nigeria to have any chance of winning this particular one, because a goal for the Guinea-Bissau team now, it puts Nigerians on a lot of pressure. Well,
some forward runs from the Nigerian side, and Olaino will get this one. Heading it in front, Moses Simon looking for Osimhen. Oh my God! Beautiful own goal.
Wow!
Opa Sangate has scored for Nigeria. How does that sound?
It sounds like a huge sigh of relief for the Super Eagles, Bumi, because that was supposed to be a goal for Victor Osimhen, because, well, of course, Opa Sangante decided to take it off him, but I'm sure he was very disappointed at that particular one, rifling the ball into the top corner, beating his goalkeeper. And as you can see, Victor Osimhen, first to get onto the hand of Opa Sangante and appreciate him for doing him a huge favor right there, because it was Victor Osimhen's goal anyways to tap into the back of the net, but it all starts from Kenneth Omeruo, a very brilliant pass to find Olaino in acres of space, and he headed it down to Moses Simon. They cut back into the box and rifled home for a home goal by Opa Sangante.
Well, beautiful own goal. Opa Sangante, he plays in the second division out there in the French league, and this is not a good sight for him and his team. When the pressure becomes too much, you bulge, so they say. There's always a breaking point. For everything, even iron they bend. Yes. So there you have it. The melting point, the breaking point. There's something it's called in science. Trying to remember now. That point where
yielding point.
Yielding point. You can also call it that. Yeah. I did a little bit of science, but I don't use that on chop paper. Nigeria pressing once again, applying pressure. Cross not good enough from Olaino. Offered the White Dogs a chance to counter-attack, but a professional foul there from Frank Onyeka. Not many people reckon with Frank Onyeka, but in the real sense of this game, he's been the one stopping all the moves from the White Dogs.
Absolutely, he's had to really come alive, especially in that defensive shield role for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and taking it especially since we lost Alassane Yusuf to that injury. Frank Onyeka has absolutely had a lot to do, especially in that defensive shield. He did a very brilliant job against the Ivorians, and he's continued in that role today. And I think especially in last couple of games for the Super Eagles, he seems to be playing really well. That game against Mozambique,
and a long one again to that particular position. Moses Simon, he crosses it, looking for Osimhen, but again overcooked. This is it. People complain. The final touch from Moses Simon is always in question.
Yeah.
He does so well, dazzles, then the cross becomes nothing. Even the coach is complaining.
Absolutely, and one other point to note is the fact that it seems our over-reliance on Victor Osimhen in the box seems to be coming at a cost, because anytime the cross is coming into the box, the defenders know that there is one person that they need to stop, because we do not have, proficient headers of the ball, especially in that attacking phase aside Victor Osimhen. So I think that's also one part we need to watch out for, especially when we cook our attacks.
Well, the White Dogs are also targeting the space behind Nigeria's defense. But quickly, let me take some of your reactions on the WhatsApp portal. This one says, good evening. I'm just watching you on Facebook. God bless you for the good commentary. Joseph Jojo from Piakasa. And he's predicted Nigeria will win the game by 1-0. This one says, good evening, Bumi and Benga. This game is getting tough. Super Eagles through Osimhen will score in the 30th minute. Stanley from Etihad Stadium in Suleja, Niger State. Well, Osimhen would have scored that if the defender had not decided to score himself. So maybe you are still on the right path. Lady C from Airport Road says, I'm enjoying the commentary. This is very bad of AEDC. Always take Kuchingoro slides whenever Nigeria's match is about to start. Or is it going on? It's unpatriotic and unprofessional from them. AEDC, well, now go repent. You need Jesus in your life. And I actually recommended that the EFCC picked up the GM of AEDC. I mean, if they don't do that, then we might never get to know why they take the lights some few minutes to Nigeria's game, or some few minutes into it. It's becoming a recurring decima, and we hear it from the other side. It is a sad story for the host nation. Equatorial Guinea are ahead in that particular game. 1-0. That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting one, because it puts the host nation under a lot of pressure as it stands now. And it's that man, Emilio Insue, who scored a hat-trick in the second group game against the Guinea Bissau. Getting onto the hand of that one to put the Equatorial Guineans in front against the host nation.
Wow. So, as it stands right now, Equatorial Guinea are top of the table. Nigeria will be second. Ivory Coast will be third. And Guinea Bissau will be fourth. With 3 points, I doubt if Ivory Coast will go through.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a very, 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 very disappointing run for the Ivorians if they do not get to qualify from the group, from this particular group.
Unimaginable.
I'm telling you.
After all the support the fans is giving them. Come on. Well, ball through. Joe Aribo. Too much in a hurry that he loses possession. And now the White Dogs will attack. 3 against 2 in the defense. Turned to the right-hand side. He takes a shot. And Calvin Bassey takes it on his body. Osimhen battles against the 3 defenders. And that frees Moses Simon, who could not control a pass from, I think that was Samuel Chukwueze, who was trying to free Moses Simon there. And Nigeria's coach, Jose Pizarro, who is on $50,000 monthly, is pacing up and down. Part of the work he needs to do to work for the $50,000.
Absolutely, I agree with him. His body language in this game has been very, very, very. Aside the fact that it's been hilarious, I think it shows you that this is a man who is expecting more, expecting better from his team, and they've not shown that. So aside the goal, which of course was even helped into the back of the net by that home goal from Okpas and Gante, the Nigerians have not been threatening, and it seems like this is the kind of game that you would attribute to luck, because the Nigerians have not done much, especially in the attacking phase so far. It's good that they are leading. It's a very, very positive situation they found themselves in, but I think they need to do better. This is a side that conceded 4 goals in their last game, and I think the Nigerians need to understand that they have to score more goals if they are to finish top of the group.
And it's almost 45 minutes already. Now, Nigeria 1, Guinea-Bissau 0. And Sami Ajayi gets a yellow card for a poke on the face of an opponent there. Obviously quite unnecessary. We hope he doesn't pay the ultimate price sometimes in this game. Then he gets to regret his action. And that man is yet to, get up from that pinch on the face. Dasio gets 1-on-1 with Nigeria's beast in the defense, and he gets told some stories. Yellow card dished out by the beautiful Moroccan referee. It's unfortunate there is no Nigerian referee at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations.
I think we both know why that is the case.
I don't know why, actually. Maybe you can tell us.
No.
You just said we both know why, but I have told the whole world now. I don't know why.
No, Bobby, you do.
Okay, tell me what you know, then I will tell you what I know.
Well, I don't know. Well, because we know why our officials are not being picked for major competitions like that. I think it needs to get to a point where we need to do better.
What I know is some people are saying is because Nigeria doesn't know how to play the politics.
Really? You think it's down to politics?
I just told you what I know.
Okay, but I don't think that's the case.
So what do you know?
What one thing I know is the fact that our officiating needs to improve, and it needs to improve on all sides.
Are you saying Nigerian referees are not good enough?
I'm not saying that. I just said officiating needs to improve. I mean, two truths can coexist with me.
All right. Scoreboard shows 4 minutes added time to be played because 45 is already exhausted. Nigeria lead by 1-0. Obviously not enough in terms of expectations of fans, but it's enough when it comes to the real business.
Yeah.
Well, they decide to keep possession now. The White Dogs are not perturbed. The long ball looking for Bright Osai Samuel. Well, I don't know why the coach has decided that it is Bright Osai Samuel that will make those runs into those empty spaces in the box. He's not known to score goals. He's not good with his back to the goal or something.
Yeah.
He's not the right man to make those runs.
Absolutely. And I think I'm missing that attacking and defensive edge that Olaino demonstrated in the very last game against the Ivorians. And Bright Osai Samuel, for all he has done for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the last couple of games, he has not just been up to speed, especially as far as this competition is concerned. I don't know, maybe that's down to pressure because this is his first Africa Cup of Nations, but he should be an experienced player. Plays in a very top league in Turkey, and I think he should be doing better.
And okay, I understand it's now 1-1. For those of you watching online, that's what Benga is trying to tell me. But when he had his hands on his chest, I had other thoughts coming through my mind, and I was like, what exactly is this guy saying? So I understand, Benga.
Yeah.
It is 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-1. It is Equatorial Guinea 1, Côte d'Ivoire 1 in the other center. So the table will change now, because what it means is that Nigeria now will go top of the table. Equatorial Guinea will now be second. Nigeria will have 7 points. Equatorial Guinea with 5 points. Osimhen, can he have the last say? 1-1 with the defender. Not much of support. Finally, support comes from Samuel Chukwueze. The cross in. Cleared. Not properly cleared. It comes back to Chukwueze. He isolates the defender. He wants to cross. No. Takes it back. And another cross into the area. Looks amateurish, the cross, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Amateurish cross. I agree with you on that particular one, because I expected better from Samuel Chukwueze, and I think it obviously shows you why we're still having that. The jury is still out on Samuel Chukwueze, especially regarding his end product as it stands. And I understand that the goal scored by the Ivory Coast has now been ruled out for offside. Ibrahim Sangare with that goal, the equalizer, it was actually checked, and the VR actually confirmed that offside in that one. So it's still 1-0 to the National Thunder, they call themselves the Equatorial Guinea national team.
Well, if you ask the Ivorians if we should continue using the VAR, I'm sure they will chorus no. Wow, chance for Osimhen. That's what he could do, like something from nothing, a cross into the area. He timed it properly, no one was chasing him, and he was not in an offside position, almost directing it on goal.
Absolutely, and that is a big chance for me. That is, I don't know why Victor Osimhen, these are chances that he buries regularly in the Serie A for Napoli. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what's going on with Victor Osimhen. Seems like he's not, getting onto those proper scoring positions, making the best of decisions when it comes to scoring those goals. But I think it needs to change. It needs to change, Bumi.
Well, infringement against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Quickly, let me take some of your messages. This one says Super Eagles all the way. Victory awaiting. Ofem Orang from Galadima. Thank you very much. And this one says, Prime Minister, you're doing well. I love your commentary. Hamza from inside Old Trafford. Thank you in Zauda. Okay, I would like to see the Old Trafford in Zauda. And this one says, I'm enjoying this fabulous commentary from Usman. Thank you, Usman. This one says, it's just unfortunate, Bumi, that Nigerian national team are playing a match and AEDC cannot give us light. Very shameful. James from Area 10. This is sabotage and corruption. Taiwo from Juice says, breaking point is the word from Physics, elasticity. Nigeria to win. Yeah, you're right. There's an elastic limit, elastic point. And that's what the breaking point is. And that was what we saw in that goal. I mean, the defender, they've been defending and defending. Obviously, there's a point where they will never be able to defend again. And that was what we saw with the defender putting the ball in his own net. And that's the favor Nigeria has earned in this first half. Not much of action from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but a lot of actions from the White Dogs. And one of it was that own goal, which is the difference in this game after the first 45 minutes. It is Nigeria 1, Guinea Bissau 0. All right, well, let's take a break from the live commentaries now. Let's come back to the studio and take your reactions to the game. All right, commentary is coming in from the live studio of your news, talk and sports station 95.1 Nigeria Info. My name is Bumi, and I've got Benga Agbeyo right here in the studio. It's the last group game in Group A, where you have the host country and 3 times African champions Nigeria, alongside Equatorial Guinea and the White Dogs Guinea Bissau. And as it stands at halftime in both games, well, Equatorial Guinea at top of the table with 7 points, with better goal difference than Nigeria. Nigeria also are on 7 points, but with +2 goal difference. Equatorial Guineans with +3 goal difference. Ivory Coast 3 points, 0 goal difference, while Guinea-Bissau are topping from behind. 0 point. They are also owing CAF some goals, -5, goals. I wish when you owe such kind of goals, you have to pay in the next competition. Yeah. You understand? They will sit up.
Yeah, absolutely. They will sit up. They definitely will sit up.
It takes you 30 years to come back. You need to pay back those goals. You understand? They won't allow these goals to go in.
So I mean, there are other countries in this same competition who have considered more than Guinea-Bissau at this point in time. But just like I think I like that idea. Yeah. Maybe something that CAF themselves can really.
Yes, if you want to contest for CAF president, you just tell them, okay, any test side will bring that back. If they concede 20, don't worry, to make the competition more competitive. Yeah, we'll take it to the next one.
It could also make the competition a bit more ugly, because it's going to encourage negative football. Teams will just decide that, okay, we're playing with 10 defenders and 1 goalkeeper, and we're just shutting out. We don't want you to score. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have a lot of 0-0 draws.
There's always pros and cons for everything. Well, guys, let's hear from you. But before then, quickly, let me hear from you, Benga. What's your thought on the very first 45 minutes? Was this what you were expecting, going into this encounter?
Absolutely not. I'll be sincere with you. I expected a whole lot better from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and I'm sure that Jose Pizarro himself expected better from his team, especially as to how they approached the game. This is a Guinea-Bissau side who actually made some changes. I mean, Mama Baude is not starting this game, who used to be their number 1 striker, who also scored the goal in Abuja the last time both sides met. And it's been a sort of youthful Guinea-Bissau side, because we've seen lots of young players playing today, maybe just to give them a feel of the African Cup of Nations. But the Nigerians have not taken the game to their opponents. And aside the first 7-8 minutes of this game, where the Nigerians were all over the Guinea-Bissau, all over the Wild Dogs, and trying to get something, the Nigerians have not done so much. And in fact, the only goal of the game came, in a very, very fortunate circumstance, because it was actually put on by Okpa Sangante for an own goal. And aside that, the Nigerians have not threatened enough. The only chance perhaps that could have been, really, really telling for the Nigerians fell to Victor Osimhen just before halftime, and he headed that one wide from a very, very good scoring position. And I'm sure Coach Jose Bissau would definitely not be happy with what we've seen so far, especially from his team. And one other point that I noted during the game is the fact that we've lacked that creative spark in the middle of the pack. Joe Aribo not in that creative mode. Kelechi Iheanacho, who I expected to start, was also left on the substitute bench as well. And defensively, I think we are still very, very much susceptible to those long balls, especially with the lack of pace from center defender Kenneth Omeru in that three at the back system that Nigeria have deployed. But aside that, the Guinea-Bissau team, they've not threatened goalkeeper Sterling Wabali, and the Nigerians have enjoyed time on the ball, but they've not had that much chances to actually stake a claim for themselves. But at the stands now, it's still 1-0 to the Super League of Nigeria. Just one goal, keeping Equatorial Guinea top of the group, because they also lead in their home game. I'm sure we expect better from the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the second half. This is supposed to be a high-scoring game for Nigeria. I remember the last time we faced Guinea-Bissau in the Africa Cup of Nations. That was the last edition in Cameroon, where we won that by 2-0. But before we scored those 2 goals, we were made to pay in that particular encounter. So I'm hoping that we'll see, personnel changes in the second half that can actually galvanize and give the Super Eagles of Nigeria the edge to score more goals in this game.
Well, there is no respect in football. If not, how will a country ranked 103 in the world be flexing muscles with a country ranked 42nd in the world? Or probably Nigeria has not really done well to deserve the respect, something like that or something. But again, it is football, and it's just the first 45 minutes. It's a game of 2 halves, and the first half is done. What's your take on the first 5 minutes of this encounter? Ivory Coast are in danger of being knocked out in the very group stage, and I'm sure the fans will never forgive them. How do you play your host? It's not as if you are, with a lot of respect to these countries I'm going to mention, you are not Somalia, you are not Haiti, you are not Eritrea or something, Djibouti, where football is not much publicized. This is Cote d'Ivoire, and you want to get out
in their own backyard. There were massive riots on the streets of Abuja.
No need to riot. I remember there was this country that didn't do well. Then their military head of state just called them inside.
I think that was Burkina Faso.
Was it Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso. So, they were knocked out of the group stages.
All of you, welcome back home.
He decided to ask, because the amount he budgeted for the tournament, he decided to okay, you guys have to pay me back, because that is not a good enough performance.
For that amount of money. I hope we have that kind of clause in Jose Pizarro's contract. He doesn't do well, let's talk percentage. All right, guys, you can talk to us 070-09510-000, or you call via the WhatsApp 080-999-30137. What's your thought on the very first 45 minutes of this encounter? And looking at the host country is about to fall for them. What's your take on that too? Hello, good evening to you.
Uncle Woman.
Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, this is Dan from you on the line.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from a life camp presently.
All right, please, let's talk.
My worry is, when are we going to have a team that will have a clean, not just managed? So I'm not watching the match, but I'm enjoying your commentary, and I'm following with my heart.
Thank you.
So when are we really going to have a team that, even if we don't win, or at least there's this teamwork whereby everybody knows what they are doing. All hands are really on deck, not just like this own goal, so to say. Because I'm still looking forward to a day of the period when that everybody is really patriotic, trying to, win the cup for the nation.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
All right.
Because as it is now, if we continue in this route by managing, I don't think we'll get there. That's my thoughts.
Thank you very much. Quickly, let me take some messages on the YouTube channel because we are live on YouTube. James Michelia says, and well, let's go take the news.
Current and breaking issues. This is the news update.
The time is 7 p.m. President Bola Tinubu has directed the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to work with the Oyo State government for the provision of immediate and comprehensive relief to the victims of Tuesday night's explosion in Ibadan. 3 persons were confirmed dead, while over 80 others sustained injuries when an explosion also destroyed several buildings, vehicles, and other property in the Oyo State capital. President Tinubu, in a statement by spokesperson Ajurin Ngelale, expressed sadness over the devastating explosion, which was said to have resulted from the activities of illegal miners, while directing relevant authorities to identify and sanction those behind the inexcusable and reckless behavior. President Tinubu called on all concerned agencies of government to unravel the circumstances that led to the tragedy with alacrity. The Lagos State government has alerted residents of the state to be cautious while purchasing dried fried plantains, popularly known as plantain chips, within the state. The State Consumer Protection Agency issued the warning on Wednesday in a statement on its official X handle. It added that the warning became necessary following a video on social media where the product was being manufactured under unwholesome conditions. The agency therefore advised all consumers to exercise caution and be vigilant about where they purchase their plantain chips in order not to ignorantly expose themselves to any harmful substance or preventable food poisoning. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has announced that Nigeria's oil production increased by 7.7% in December 2023. OPEC disclosed this in its monthly oil market report released on Wednesday. According to the report, Nigeria produced 1.4 million barrels per day in December compared to 1.3 million barrels per day produced in November 2023. The report added that as at January 2024, Nigeria remained the largest oil-producing and exporting country in Africa. Elsewhere, Iran launched a missile attack apparently targeting militant bases in western Pakistan, which killed 2 children and 3 others injured. The operation targeted the militant group Jaish al-Adli, which Tehran's foreign minister described as an Iranian terrorist group in Pakistan. The attack occurred in Balochistan and comes after Iran attacked targets in Iraq and Syria earlier this week. Officials in Islamabad said the attack was illegal and warned of serious consequences. However, Iran's foreign minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian said in Davos that no Pakistani citizen had been targeted, only members of Jaish al-Adl. That's the news update on 95.1 Nigeria Info. Thank you for listening. My name is Dorcas Atinuke Bija. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
It is the most awaited football championship on the continent. 24 countries, 648 gladiators battle for the most prestigious prize in black history. Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, Egypt, Morocco, and 19 other countries rumble in the west jungles of Ivory Coast. AFCON 2023 live matches commentaries right here on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
All right, I have a lot of people, giving me some lectures on the social media. This one is from Godwin from New Caro. He says, what I was looking for is the elastic limit. Yes, thank you very much. It's the physics term is elastic limit. Yes, thank you very much, Godwin. You go school, your papa pay better money. And this one says, good evening, Bumi. How beautiful will an own goal be? Chima from Apple. You need to see that goal, Chima. It was a beautiful own goal. And this one says, good evening, Bumi and Benga. God bless you. Enjoying your analysis. Oloye Adebayo from Wusetu in Abuja. Oloye. When they call you Oloye, you know what that means. And this one says, A team, good commentary. Prime Minister Benga, I greet you. We are winning this game. May her soul rest on. Wale from Cuba. Thank you very much, Wale. And this one says, no lie to which kind AEDC be this now. Greg in Kado. Well, you are not alone, Greg. Some guys are also complaining on the YouTube channel. James Michelia, he says, very shameful. Now, no light at Area 10. EFCC should arrest the GMD of AEDC now, Bumi Blair. Well, I'm not the one that will arrest them. I can only tell them what you said. He says, who is winning? Nigeria leading by 1 goal to nothing. And Austin Usman says, why Nigeria team find it difficult to score a goal? It should have been more than 2 goals. Well, it should have been, but it is 1. That's what we know for now. And Hezi Samuel says, I'm totally unimpressed with the Super Eagles' performance. No creativity, no take on, no urgency whatsoever. Stagnant back passing game they are playing. He says, very shameful. Oga, don't you think you are too hard? Osa Idu says, Nigeria is known for attacking, but this team is finding it hard to score in an open play. Why do you think we are finding it difficult to score? Is it down to the coach's tactics?
Well, I don't think that's necessarily the case, because I mean, this is a team that has a lot of attacking talents. It's down to the fact that I think one of the reasons is the fact that we don't have that creative spark in the middle of the park, because aside and also the fact that we are over reliant on Victor Osimhen, it makes us, I mean, very, very predictable. And aside Victor Osimhen especially making something tick for us in the final third, these other players are not just doing enough as to, I mean, propelling the Super Eagles of Nigeria past this challenge. So I think something has to change. We need to be very, very unpredictable. Utilize the use of both flanks very well, and be very, very, I mean, brave, especially when it comes to passes in the final third.
Well, the second 45 minutes is on. The White Dogs are kicking off proceedings right here. And once again, they go long, targeting the left back area of Nigeria. But what they will get out of that is a goal kick. No goal to Guinea Bissau after the first 45 minutes. So the coach has decided, Coach Basiro Kande has decided to make 2 changes. And I understand that Gano has been taken out for Kulino Ju, and also Marciano Sanka Chami also comes in for Gomez. Obviously, the coach is looking for goals, and if they are to get those goals, they need to start as early as possible. Is there still a chance that Guinea-Bissau, if they beat Nigeria, they could get to the knockout stages?
Maybe in the next competition, not this one.
So you mean 3 points can get you one of the best losers position?
At this competition, I do not think so, because and let's not forget, Bumida, this is Group A. We still have other groups to come, so you don't know what would play out. There are other sides who are currently on 2 points heading into the final group
Moses
game.
Simon wins possession, and a cross to Simon Chukwueze. Bad control. He wins it back, gets it to Osimhen. Osimhen is, well, Simon 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Good save from Jonas Mendes. Again, a wasteful Super Eagles. First, it was Samuel Chukwueze with a bad control. He gets lucky by retrieving the ball, then plays in a true pass into the path of Moses Simon. Simon one-on-one with the goalkeeper, doesn't really know what to do.
Absolutely, Bumi. Very, very disappointing from that particular passage in play from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, just like you said. And I think that obviously shows you why we are struggling to score goals, especially against teams that we need to be beaten and beaten really, really convincingly. Very, very good pass into the parts of Samuel Chukwueze from that particular chance, but he fluffed this line, miscued the ball, and he had the second bite at it, but it just could not fall for Moses Simon, especially in that one. So very disappointing one from the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Moses Simon comes into the face of the camera once again. What a miss. That's the best chance Nigeria have had in this game. Created by Samuel Chukwueze, conspired to lose it alongside Moses Simon.
I mean, the fact that the front three, all combined together to create that shows you that they did everything right, but the finish, and of course, you have to fault Samuel Chukwueze for the initial pass, because, that was, a good control there, and that was 2-0 to Nigeria.
One thing they are doing now is pressing the opponent, not allowing them time on the ball, and it's almost paid off there. Elder, losing possession, but Jonas Mendes, the goalkeeper, comes to his rescue once again. And if you look at the White Dogs defense, Elder looks like the coup priest who could be pressed, to get more goals. He was the one who scored. Was he the one who scored that one goal?
It was actually Upasangate, his defensive partner.
So the defense is not really good. Why not put pressure on both of them?
That's it. Even against the Equatorial Guineans in the first game, we had lots of chances. We put the defense on a lot of pressure, but we just could not find the finish where it matters the most. And I think that's one of the issues that the Super Eagles of Nigeria needs to work on, especially as this tournament progresses.
Marciano for Guinea Bissau, and a long ball targeting the space behind Nigeria's defense, but it will go straight into the hands of Nwabali, and it's going to be a yellow card for Onyeka for another rash tackle. He's been the enforcer for Nigeria, and he's paid the price now. Okay. I think that was 2 yellow cards for Nigeria now.
Yeah. First one to Shemi Ajayi, and now second one to Frank Onyeka. That was retaliatory because he was actually fouled, and then he went back at that Guinea-Bissau midfielder.
Fernando Gomez.
Yeah, and actually crashed into him, and the referee absolutely needed to brandish a card right there, telling him to calm things down. I think now is the time that we need to be seeing a lot of calmness from the Nigerians. The tournament is still ongoing. This is just a third group game. The next is the knockout phase. You need your best players on the field, and when they're getting silly yellow cards like this, it could obviously come at a cost, especially as the tournament progresses.
Is Iwobi injured?
Well, Iwobi is not injured, he's on the bench, so I don't know what's going on. Well,
the White Dogs had a plan, they read a script, but they forgot that the characters have changed, so they keep going long.
It's trying to be smarter than the goalkeeper at that particular instance.
To catch the goalkeepers unaware, yeah. But again, that's not Uzoho. That's Nwabali. So change plans. Well, Nwabali has been the number one choice at this Africa Cup of Nations. Just like we saw in the last Cup of Nations, where we had the boy then from
Maduka
Okoye, who became the first choice at the expense of Francis Uzoho. Well, we hope the case of Nwabali does not end like that of Maduka Okoye. Yeah. Okoye eventually ran away. He said he could not take the pressure from the Nigerian football fans. At the time he came back, played in a game that was not played on the continent. When he was invited again, Oga did not show up. Let's hope. No offside there.
Yeah.
No offside in throw. Osimhen, no support. He crosses it into the box 18, but Chukwueze could not get to it on time. So the White Dogs are building, trying to look for a pocket pass, but it's been stopped, and he hits the hands of a Nigerian player, or was it the referee?
Yeah, it was the referee.
So the referee is going to have a drop ball in favor of the White Dogs.
As you can see from that from the replays from that chance from Osimhen. He was waiting for support. He just did not arrive. As you can see, immediately he took the ball. He was then wondering where the support was. Samuel Chukwueze was just not on the same wavelength as Victor Osimhen at that point in time. Again, it's still the issue for the Nigerians. I mean, understanding that they need to be calm, they need to be patient when it comes to making those final decisions in the goal scoring perspective, and that's one of the reasons why they are still not able to find the back of the net in this particular game, especially from a Nigerian point of view. The only goal of this game was scored by that Guinea-Bissau defender Okwa Sangante. So Nigerians are still finding it difficult to make the most meaningful decisions when it comes to goal scoring opportunities.
And Augustine Usman says, I agree with Benga. We are too reliant on Victor Osimhen. And Abiodun TJ Suni says, I'm not surprised at the performance. We need a tactician who can play the balls well. These boys are just using their own idea on the field. These boys are more knowledgeable than their coach stroke manager. And this one is coming in from Shion. He says, who is winning? Well, it is Nigeria leading Guinea-Bissau by 1-0. It's an own goal scored in the first 45 minutes. Nigeria trying to build. Good interchange there. And it was Aribo looking for Moses Simon, but it was cut out eventually by Mendes. And Dauda Abubakar says, you guys are doing great. Thank you very much, Dauda. And Ibrahim says, Bumi, it's unfortunate that we have these kind of players that have found their way into our national team by knowing someone, because if they came in by merit, it's only one or two. Chance for Nigeria. Moses Simon, he loses possession. Osimhen was asking for the pass, but he never got it. Again, miscommunication between Nigeria forwards.
Absolutely. That's something that has been prevalent all as far as this game is concerned, and it needs to change, because for Nigeria, this is not just about this particular game, but in the perspective of the wider scope going into the final in the most important stage, which is of course the a very, very pivotal stage of this competition. And I think Shemi Ajayi is one very lucky man, because that was a very, very bad pass to his goalkeeper, but thankfully
now they've lost possession. Oh, the referee comes to the rescue. Who was that who lost possession? But the referee says he was fouled. That's Shemi Ajayi once again. And again, watching the back pass to the goalkeeper. Oh, Nwabali came out and came to the rescue. And that's what happens when you fail to take the match by its cuff and bury it. A long ball to Aino. The control is not bad. Brings the ball down, but he has a man on him. He's doing all his tricks. He's not yet off. He decides to go way back to Kevin Bassi. Bassi goes back to Kenneth Omeru to Ajayi. Back to Kenneth. Kenneth drives into the middle. Good play. And he goes to the wing looking for Aino. Aino isolates the defender again. Play continues. He's been brought down, but referee says play on. Chukwueze in the box. Controls very well. Back to Aino. Aino crosses it, looking for Osimhen. Whoa! Almost dropping into the back of the net. At first, you think it had no power, but it has direction.
Yeah. That's a half chance for Nigeria. It came out of nothing anyways. It should have been better because we had space, but we decided not to, attack the goal when we had that space. And Victor Osimhen, it seems like the most difficult of headers is the one Victor Osimhen tries to connect and then tries to redirect goalwards. That was something that could have been very, very, could have done better in that situation.
The White Dogs with their own chance right on the edge of the box. And now it is a chance! Whoa, he's not going for the kill. He's not shooting with a lot of power, but he's looking for precision, looking for the angles. And Nwabali does well to keep that out. He makes it look easy, Nwabali.
Bumi, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I feel like we finally have answers to our goalkeeping situation. And I mean, you can come at me all you want, but I mean, I'm wondering what would have happened if it was one of those other guys in goal at this point in time.
Why are you saying one of those other guys?
No. I know we know the other guys. I don't need to call their names. We know them.
Name.
We have mentioned them oftentimes on this live commentary.
Okay, let me help you. If it was Uzoho, right?
No, Bumi, we know them. We don't need to.
Okay.
For the sake of time, let's move ahead. But that was a very, very beautiful save because the striker at that point in time was trying to redirect the ball to a position where Stanley Wabali was coming back from. So, I mean, the quality to actually change his movement and then grab hold of the ball was very, very good.
Well, is it time to take Moses Simon off? He's not really added positives to this game, has he?
He has not, and I think it's not just Moses Simon. Samuel Chukwueze has also not done that. I think when we are listing the three players who have not done well in this game: Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Bright Osai Samuel. I think maybe it's time to move Olaino back to the right flank. Maybe Calvin Bassey stays as left full back, and then we see a change in midfield or in attack, or maybe Alexander Iwobi comes on. I don't know how they want to do it, but I think.
And that's Calvin Bassey now losing possession, but he gets it back on the edge of the box. Free Osimhen. Osimhen cuts it back. He passes to Bassey again. Bassey goes down in the penalty, and the referee says no penalty. Will there be a review? But that will be after this. Play continues. Nigeria gets possession back.
Definitely that has to be given, except.
And Nigeria pressing again. Osimhen!
Oh! I mean, what's going on?
Referee says it's offside. She is going to review. What is she going to review? The penalty shout
or the goal?
Or the goal which has just been scored by Osimhen. Well, let's make our own review first. The ball goes into the part of Bright Osai Samuel, I think.
Yeah.
He's onside, and Osimhen is also onside.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Both players onside at that point in time. But I think it's the penalty that is being reviewed now. Definitely.
But Nigeria has scored a goal. They should leave the penalty. Oh my God!
Nothing is given.
Nothing is given. No penalty. No goal. I think we need a referee to interpret that to us.
Absolutely. I do not understand what actually happened.
Who are you going to call now? You said Nigerian referees are not good enough. Which of the referees are you going to call?
Well,
you go and call Guinea Bissau referee, right?
No.
Okay. But to interpret it for you.
Actually, CAF has decided that this is the best they can come up with as far as this game is concerned. But I think for a tournament that has had its fair share of the right calls when it comes to
another cross into the area. Chukwueze misses it. Osimhen could not get into it. Nigeria with possession again. Frank Onyeka to Bright Osai Samuel. Ajayi up front. There should be no complacency. If he loses possession there, that could be trouble. He wins a free kick. And messages from the WhatsApp portal. Ibrahim from Garimpa says Super Eagles are expected to win convincingly. So what exactly is wrong here? Oh, it hits the hands of Victor Osimhen.
But is that what was checked? Because I do not know how that obviously changes the decision as to give that particular goal. But even if that goal is not given,
there was a shout for a penalty. Yeah. But you can't give that once the ball hits the hand before it hits the back of the net. Then there are question marks. We don't need the referee to interpret that, do we?
Well, yeah.
Okay. But free kick for Nigeria.
But we need the referee to interpret why that penalty was not given.
It was not given. That's the interpretation. A chance of a counter blocked by Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze from the right. Moses Simon. Aribo. Calvin Bassey. Aribo again. Calvin Bassey again. He gets support. Olaino now to Juaribo, right at the corner of at the edge of the box. Eventually wins a corner kick. Aribo is not looking special.
He's not. For a while now, he has been that way. I was even surprised he was named in the final 25-mile squad for this competition, it has to be said. But I think aside the fact that we've not seen that sort of penetrative edge from Joe Aribo, the Nigerians definitely are now asking most of the questions. And I do not know why the referee has decided to make this change. Maybe it's because of the injury to, the yellow card that Frank Onyeka received just a couple minutes ago.
That's just the best decision.
Okay.
You know, Frank Onyeka is already on a yellow card, so we understand that there's a change coming in. It's going to be Raphael Onyedika in for Frank Onyeka. And Raphael Onyedika is going to have his first game in this championship. Yeah. Also coming in is Alex Iwobi. And I'm not sure who Alex will be coming in for, but obviously the Joe Aribo, obviously, now that means the coach wants more presence in the midfield.
Yes, boss. So I think we just ask one question.
And yes, we have Benga. He needs his mic to be up now. Benga, how are you doing? Are you bringing in the goals for Nigeria now?
Thank you very much for having me, boss. So I came from the digital room. I just saw one incident and I'm just here to clarify. 2 incidents happened in the last goal that was chalked off for Nigeria. A penalty incident and then the offside or the handball.
Yes.
Only the handball was checked. What happened to the penalty incident that involved Calvin Bassey?
How are you sure the penalty incident was not checked? It was checked and they said no goal.
No penalty?
No penalty.
Really? Benga, my guy.
Now corner kick flown in. The goalkeeper spills it.
Wow.
Okay, it's wow again. Nigeria doing well to recover the ball. They are piling pressure. Moses Simon from the left. As one man on him, he does well to sweep his way through. A shot! That was from Iwobi. Not really a shot, but he was looking for a corner. Nice attempt, nice intention. But again, something was missing.
And Moses Simon finally gets to beat a man in this competition, not just in this game. And from what he decided to do, nice idea to pull it back to Alex Iwobi right at the edge of the box. But the way he placed that, no, you should be doing better than that. No. He lacked more than intent. He lacked direction as well.
Well, Calvin Bassey beat into the ball. Kenneth Omeru covers for him and does well to win possession, but the ball goes out for a throw. Kenneth is the captain of the night, and he will do well to mash out the defense and ensure there is no goal scored against Nigeria. Nigeria trying to play out from a tight angle. Alex Iwobi does well after combining with Olaina, but the ball goes out for a throw. And so far, we have seen 64 minutes played, and it's Guinea Bissau 0, Nigeria 1. It's the third game in the group stages of the Africa Cup of Nations for both teams. Nigeria are 1-1, drawn 1, and this could be their second win in the group stages. This should put them top of the group. But again, we understand there is also a win in the other game between Equatorial Guinea and Ivory Coast, and it is for the unexpected team.
Oh, that it's now 1-1.
Oh, really?
The Ivorians have just equalized, and it's that man, Jean-Philippe Crasso, with his second of the competition. And that goal obviously gives the Ivorians a new lease of life, because it puts them in a strong chance of actually qualifying as one of the best losers. But that is a very, very bad return in its own regard, because as host nation, you should be doing better than qualifying from should I say the back door at this point in time?
No, you are right. A door is a door, even if it's at the back or it's at the front.
And surprisingly, our group A, turned out to be the group of death, so to speak. It was the most competitive group, and we may even have like 3 teams from that group going to the knockout stages.
Benga, please don't patronize us.
No, I'm talking about Ivory Coast this time. I'm not even Super Eagles.
Don't patronize us.
Super Eagles could win and just stop the group, but Ivory Coast could go as third losers. And again, the people we are playing with have never won a game in the AFCON history.
My name is Ibrahim from Guarimpa. I say Super Eagles are expected to win convincingly today, because if you want to progress in a tournament, you have to outscore your opponent and try not to concede. Please, will there be a commentary for the game between Brighton and Wolves? Brighton and Wolves.
Bumi, it will interest you to know that for the second time in this game, the Ivorians have had a goal ruled out for offside. The right call, both occasions, but the Ivorians are really, really they've had everything against them today, and it's not good.
The referees, the VARs, what we usually see is that they favor the home countries. But once there is VAR, there's a little favor you can do. And that's the beauty of VAR. Wow. Not too good pass there from Onyedika.
I'm sure the Ivorians would wish that this tournament was played without VAR.
So what it means is VAR has chopped off Ivory Coast goal. They've scored twice in this encounter, and twice VAR has chopped off their goals. Well, they still have some time to make amends. Just 70 minutes in that encounter. Equatorial Guinea won, Ivory Coast yet to score.
Well, I also think that we should also commend VAR for not having a lot of controversies. We thought we wouldn't be able to handle the technology. We thought sentiment may run in, but interestingly, that has not been the case. Probably aside from whatever we saw today in favor or against Nigeria, I think VAR have been interestingly decent in this tournament.
Well, decent is how you interpret it when it comes to ball possession. You won't believe it. Nigeria has just 1% of possession better than the White Dogs. 51% of possession to Nigeria, 49 to Guinea Bissau. And when it comes to chances created, 8 chances created by Guinea Bissau, same number of chances created by Nigeria. Nigeria has just 1 shot on target. Guinea Bissau has 3 shots on target so far. I mean, statistics showing that Guinea Bissau are doing better than Nigeria. And in fact, Guinea Bissau also scored a goal. Unfortunately, it's an own goal. Alex Iwobi. And now to Moses Simon. Simon cuts it back. Simon should have been taken off this game. He's not doing much.
He's not doing much. He has not done as much as we expect in this competition. It has to be said. In the games he's even come off the bench. He has not done the needful as to what's expected of him.
This is a chance to play Captain Ahmed Musa if he's fit.
And I think Moses Simon just has this luck against Guinea-Bissau. You know, the time when
a shot sliced off the bar by Ola Aino. I mean, like Dasikul, his approach to that ball, he was, leaning backwards instead of leaning into the shot or the ball.
Yeah, he should have actually buried it into the bottom corner because it started off well for him. He's left-footed. The goalkeeper was maybe expecting something similar to the shot from Olaino at that point in time, but I think that was a very, very good chance for the Nigerians. Again, the chance has not been taken. And going back to your point just very quickly, against the Ivorians, we had just 1 shot on target as well, and that was a goal scored by William Troost-Ekong. So that's something that needs to change. And if you look at it on the balance of play, we had many chances, but we just find it difficult to trouble or walk the goalkeeper when it comes to those chances. And I think that that's been the case in today's game.
Well, the White Dogs now enjoying possession once again. They are keeping it in their half, but finally they walk it into Nigeria's half. A cross looking or targeting the space behind Nigeria's defense, but it's been returned back to the White Dogs. Elder. Combination in the middle. Januel Bikel. Nigerian side just sitting back. A switch of play targeting Bright Osai Samuel. Osai gets to read first. He will be on the ball now. And it's Samuel Chukwueze looking for Osai Samuel. He's been brought down. Referee sees it. And also Chukwueze is not being the Chukwueze of AC Milan. This is Chukwueze of, what's the name of that his club he played for in Nigeria? Won something academy in Nigeria.
Is it Go Eagles?
I don't even know, but this is not Chukwueze.
It's not just Chukwueze. Thank God Ademola Lookman didn't start this game.
Oh my God. For those of you watching online, you must have seen that there is an update. Yes, Benga just told me I should whisper into your ears. Equatorial Guinea has got the second goal. Don't tell anybody.
Abby, when everybody has heard, that's why you will not tell anybody.
The story is not palatable for the Ivorians. And this is, at this point, if you are a foreigner, you need to watch yourself in Ivory Coast. Because you dance too much, you do too much, you might see too much. Especially when you are a Nigerian and you were part of those team that defeated Ivory Coast. Equatorial Guinea 2, Ivory Coast yet to score. Good save from the goalkeeper, and with the referee save the goalkeeper, I think yes, offside against Osimhen from that free kick.
We need to go as far back as 1982. For the last time, the host nation, the Africa Cup of Nations, failed to make it out of the group in this particular competition. It's a very, very, very massive, disappointment for Ivorians generally, because I remember coming into this tournament, they tipped the Ivorians as one of the sides that could go all the way because they had their home support. I mean, in the similitude of likes of Morocco, Senegal, even Nigeria wasn't given that much hope of qualifying in this group,
from that group,
rather than even topping or being in a position to qualify. But the Ivorians now find themselves in danger of exiting this tournament, although it's not been confirmed. Nothing has been confirmed as we speak now, pending other pending the conclusion to the other groups as far as the AFCON is concerned. But I mean, not looking good for the Elephants.
Well, the case of the Elephants is still in the lower court. Very soon it will move to the appeal court, and from appeal court it will go to the Supreme Court. It's very easy. It's just like Nigerian politics. We know what will come out of it. Well, quickly, combination passes for the White Dogs on the edge of Nigeria's box, retrieved by the Nigerian defenders. Iwobi on it right now. Bright Osai Samuel gets it. Support from Iwobi, and now it is Onyedika getting support from Nigeria's captain of the day, Kenneth Umeru. Now is Samuel Chukwueze isolating some defenders one-on-one, but he loses possession, but it gets back to Iwobi. Onyedika again, all the way through to Bright Osai Samuel. Not much of support for Bright. He wants to go one-on-one. Bright Osai Samuel loses possession. Oh my God. If the case was at the appeals court before, it has now been moved to the Supreme Court. Equatorial Guinea is raining it goes out there in Côte d'Ivoire. And I'm afraid this is the end. Equatorial Guinea 3, Côte d'Ivoire yet to score. 75 minutes, and what it means is this: just 15 minutes, Ivory Coast will need to score 3. Who has done this to them?
They've done it to themselves. It's very, very... I mean, it's been a while I've seen AFCON with this much, final day drama, especially in the conclusion of this of a particular group, and in the context of the host nation. 3-0 against Equatorial Guinea. I mean, this is the same Equatorial Guinea side who went into the lead against Nigeria, and then a lot of people were like, oh, it's a shock. It's a shocker. Yeah, it's a shocker, but they scored 4 against Guinea Bissau, and they've now put 3 past the host nation. The host nation are finding it difficult to cope with the attacking intent of the Equatorial Guineans, and it's been a very, very, very important and mesmeric performance from the Equatorial Guineans in this, not just in this game, but in the entirety of this tournament so far.
Well, the Ivorians have also shocked themselves with this kind of result. And quickly, let me read your minds on the WhatsApp portal. Hamzi from Dutse says, seeing the Ivorian lineup with Frank Casey and other unknown guys, I don't see the Ivorians progressing past the round of 16. That's even if they qualify. And this one says, make my mind skip. I thought Guinea Bissau had equalized. Agassi from Central area. No. But the way Super Eagles are playing, I will not rule out, the possibility of Guinea Bissau scoring a goal. Anything it's time for cooling break now.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything is possible in football for me. And I think what the Nigerians need to do now is, I'm sure now that there is the cooling break thing, I'm sure word will get to the ears of the players that too. The Equatorial Guineans are dealing with the elephants. In fact, they've slaughtered the elephants.
They are taking it
They have ended the life of the elephant at this point in time. So what they need to do now is to ensure that they get... looking at the goal difference now, it's +4 to Equatorial Guinea.
Nigeria will finish second. That's what it means.
And +2. So that means Nigeria is in second. We'll finish second. But looking at the chances that we have had in this game and why we've not been able to take those chances, I think it begs the question: what exactly are we doing when it comes to attacking intent? We need to do better than this. And I think that needs to change in the culminating few minutes as far as this game is concerned.
All right. Denzel says this is a tournament for underdogs, good for African football, and that's from the YouTube channel. And Ubede Biloma says, my name is Maurice Ubede from Guzape. He says they should please not cut my game. I stake this game 2.5. Beg Osimhen. And this one says the Ghana group is the group of death. All the teams have a chance of qualification. And this one is from Robinson Odika. Says, go Eagles, go. And this one says, I am USF grassroots referee. I don't think it was offside. It was the handball situation. Yes, we clarified that. Emmanuel says, I can't imagine we are still playing this way. Over relying on Victor will lead the team to nowhere. And, from what I can see, it's just about 13 minutes to the end of this game. Can Nigeria cut the head of the snake off? Whoa! Delicious cross into the penalty box. And Osimhen once again with a header, but failing to hit the target.
Guilty of yet another very, very, wonderful opportunity to score. Victor Osimhen, he's really not just been in this kind of scoring groove. Aside that goal, which came in the first game against Equatorial Guinea, and a goal that wasn't necessarily pleasing to the eye, that's not vintage Victor Osimhen because of the way he attacked that particular header. But from that very, very wonderful cross from Olaino into the box, Victor Osimhen had, everything needed at that point in time to sort of guide it goalwards and trouble the goalkeeper, but he did not do just that.
Free kick to Equatorial Guinea. It's not too dangerous, but it's not too far. But with Stanley Nwabali in goal, maybe we are secured. The culprit is Calvin Bassey. And it was a foul on Yannick Buila. Is one of the substitutes that were brought in. Okay, it's not actually. It's a foul on, Jose Machine.
Yeah.
Is that Jose Machine or something? Okay, Dalsio, sincere apologies. By the way, have a lot of faces scrolling through. Dalsio, actually. And substitution again for the White Dogs. Maybe some players just need to taste action. Nanu comes out for Falikande. Falikande sounds like a very familiar name, and then more familiar is Samuel Chukwueze coming out, and Ademola Lookman goes in, and I think Zaidu Sanusi is going to come in also. For who exactly? I'm not sure, but Zaidu is in. They need to defend this free kick. It's from about, let's say, 35 meters out. Let's see what the White Dogs have been practicing in their training. And it's the new ball. It goes direct. The goalkeeper could not keep it.
Yeah,
that's a huge chance.
Huge chance for the Wild Dogs, and it was from distance. A very well taken free kick. It was troubling for the goalkeeper. He just about got a hand to it, but it wasn't troubling. And when I mean troubling, it wasn't troubling because the goalkeeper could have opted to parry it towards the part of the.
He could have missed it.
Yeah,
he could have missed it. And the man again! Whoa! From the resulting corner kick, it's almost going in. And that is another big chance for the White Dogs. Nito Gomez with the header on the near post from a corner kick taken by Fali Kande.
Absolutely. Very, very poor marking right there from the...
A chance for the Super Eagles on the edge of the box. Arriving now is Zaidu Sanusi. He goes for the ball and in. Cleared. Osimhen still there with a chance. Cleared again. Back and forth in both opposition's box. And now it's very pleasing to the eyes watching the referees do what they are doing.
Yeah. And it was the right call at that point in time because Victor Osimhen had just wandered into an offside position when the ball, the rebound came to him, and he was actually trying to get himself in a very, very composed manner before actually striking the ball. But the referee's whistle went, and it was the offside was actually confirmed. But just like you said, back and forth, the Guineans, the Guinea-Bissau team had two chances as well from that free kick, and of course from the corner, but they didn't take any of that. But the game is gradually coming to life.
And this could be a chance, another chance, and they have hit the back of the net. I don't know if it's going to count, but it's a goal for Guinea-Bissau. Oh no, it's not going to count.
Yeah.
The assistant referee has her flag up, and Fran Culino Jew must have thought he has brought Guinea-Bissau back level, and Stanley Nwabali beating right there.
Yeah.
Was he offside?
He was offside, I think, as you can see, and but for Shemi Ajayi's late intervention, maybe he would have been onside because Calvin Bassey was retreating and he was on the last line. But again, warning signs. And Bumi, this is the same issue we've had. Kenneth Omero is not in where.
And chance for the Super Eagles. Oh, Sime! Finally, there's a tap in from Zaidu Sanusi.
It could be offside.
I doubt. Oh.
It could be, yeah.
Offside against the FC Porto defender. 2 quick goals in successive minutes, but both will not count. Osimhen was onside after the first shot. How can that be?
I think this should stand. I think this
will
stand. The referee has decided that they need to check. The referee is urging them to be patient at this point. But I think this definitely should stand.
Well, Gomez is saying there was handball in the process and the goal has been chopped off once again. That is the second time Nigeria will hit the back of the net and it won't count.
Absolutely, and it's end to end at this point in time. If you are listening to the sound of our voice, it has been back and forth from these two sides so far, going at each other. Seems like what Nigeria does, the Guinea-Bissau team replicates. What the Guinea-Bissau team does, Nigeria are replicating, because we've had chance after chance from both ends of the field. Both teams have actually had the ball in the back of net in the last couple of minutes, and both goals have been rightly called for offside.
6 minutes to the end of it. Nigeria still lead by 1-0. And in the other game, Equatorial Guinea are dealing with Cote d'Ivoire. Equatorial Guinea 3, Cote d'Ivoire 0. A long ball. Goalkeeper comes out to punch it out, helping his defense out. A shove on the back there. The referee spots it, and it's a foul against Onyedika. Since he came in, I've not really seen much of him, but again, it's better to be safe than keeping the Brentford boy Frank Onyeka in the game. The White Dogs building from the left hand side. A shot in deflection on its way to hitting the bar. They are not scared now. They are having a go at the Nigeria's goal. Basilio Ndong with a shot from about 25 yards out, and Nwabali had to get a hand on it.
Yeah. And I think this is what the coach Basiro Kande of Guinea-Bissau said when he said they were going to take a fight. They were going to give a fight against the Nigerians and take the game to the Nigerians. I think that's what we're seeing in this. The Nigerians seem, lethargic, and it's been a lackadaisical performance from them in the last 7 to 8 minutes of this game. And this is a very great chance for the Guinea-Bissau team.
Fali Kande with a corner kick again. It does well. Cleared now by the Nigerian defense. A little bit of panic from the White Dogs, but they keep possession. Fali Kande again takes it back. They keep possession in Nigeria's half. It's been a nervy last 5 or 10 minutes or thereabout. Now 4 minutes to the end of this game. Nigeria's hope is still intact, but their 3 points in this game is hanging by a thread.
And I think this is the Wild Dogs approach, and that obviously rubber stands that wildness in the name. I mean, the Wild Dogs, because it seems at this point in time they know they're out of the competition, but they just want to finish on a high. And I would be scoring a goal and maybe going for the kill against the Nigerians, who they see.
And now this could be another chance. Not far away from Nigeria's 18-yard box. A cross into the area. Omeru clears it. Wow. Justus Olawale says they are just chilling. Whereas Musa and Benga says exactly they are not hungry at all. And another one says this Osima, I do not understand. Another one says, who is the commentator? He says the commentator is shouting at chances that are not even goal. Yes, it was. If you saw it, 2 of those goals hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
If you think they weren't goal, it's an afterthought, because eventually it did not stand. Well, the score is still Nigeria leading by 1-0. And messages. This one says Super Eagles always get one angry. How will Super Eagles play a team like Guinea Bissau without scoring a goal, but allow Guinea Bissau to score an own goal for them? Nigeria, my country. Divine Joe from Maraba. Oh my God. I just don't like turning my eyes in the direction of Benga, because each time I do that, it's bad news for Ivory Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to announce it.
The unthinkable has unfolded.
All the players of Ivory Coast have been lined up on the field, and they are being, free kick from White Dogs from afar. And again, it's Fali Kande with an audacious one from about 25 yards out, but flies over the bar. It is Equatorial Guinea 4, Cote d'Ivoire 0. So don't even worry about the bad performance you think Nigeria have had in this game. Just imagine if that was Nigeria hosting and getting pummeled not by Ghana, not by Egypt, not by Nigeria, not by Algeria, by Equatorial Guinea.
I mean, the tides has changed as far as African football is concerned. I mean, this is an Equatorial Guinea side who I think are ranked 88 in the world.
Yeah, 88.
And dealing this way with the Ivorian side, a well-motivated Ivorian side with the home support, the fact that they are playing in front of their home fans. I mean, their families are there, and this is the first time they're hosting the tournament in a long while. I mean, the fact that they are hodged on by legends like Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba, and all that, and they've actually dropped something like this, conceded 4 goals against this Equatorial Guinea. Then there is no difference, because this is the same Equatorial Guinea that defeated Guinea Bissau by 4-2. So basically, there is no difference, because aside the game against Guinea Bissau, which the Ivorians won by 2-0, they've been very, very poor in their next 2 group games. I think that obviously shows you why. At this point in time, if there was hope before, the hope has dissipated. There is no hope for the Ivorians now. It's done and dusted. They're out of the competition.
And then the question we would ask ourselves now is, how far can this Nigeria side go? They will finish second with 5 more minutes. It's been added now. Equatorial Guinea top of the group, plus 6 goal difference with 7 points. Nigeria plus 2 goal difference with 7 points. Ivory Coast just 3 points, minus 3 goal difference. And Guinea Bissau, they came, they saw, they didn't pick anything, just minus 5 goal difference. But you never can say. There's still 4 minutes thereabout to play in this game. And who says something cannot happen in those few minutes? Well, let's look at the Wild Dogs. Have they really done well, looking at their pedigree and the fact that they defeated Nigeria, even in Nigeria at some point late last year?
Well, I wouldn't say, because they are yet to pick up any points as far as the Africa Cup of Nations is concerned since they've been participating, which obviously shows you that they are one of those teams that, I mean, it needs to be said, just come to the tournament to make up the numbers. So, but I think the most important thing to note from their performance is that why did we see this kind of performance this late? The game against Equatorial Guinea, which was their second game, we saw a very, very late fight back as well, which obviously gave them 2 goals in that game, and that's something that they've been aiming to prove today, just to get themselves going out with a bang, so to say, just like the coach Basiru Kande has actually said. But I think they should be disappointed with their performance in 3 games, not able to pick up anything, going out with 0 points, just 2 goals. Which is very, very disappointing in their own perspective. But given their own pedigree, they are not a side that would come to the AFCON. And I mean, bow out in this fashion is not going to be surprising to anyone. I mean, what's more surprising is the fact that this group is being topped by Equatorial Guinea, 88th ranked in the world, and they're spanking the host 4-0 in the final group game.
Well, first time I would see Ademola Lookman since he came in, and not much is done. A couple of messages. This one says the military need to protect foreign nationals and their own players. Yeah, at the end of the game, obviously, out there in Ivory Coast. Excuse me. And this one says, I really miss the likes of Sunday Olise, JJ Okocha, Kanu Wanko. Oh God, their time don't pass. and this one says, oh, it was an own goal. Nigeria needs to wake up for the next match. Won't be played like this one. Okay. There's still time for Nigeria to add a second. Olaino looking for Osime. It goes over the bar. That has been, well, the trajectory for this Nigerian side in this game. Not much in terms of the finishing. They created some chances, but they failed to utilize it. It's just one goal that separates Nigeria from Guinea Bissau. We go for a break now. When we come back, we'll tell you exactly how it ended. Olaino to be taken off for Chiguzi Awatin.
In the comfort of your home, on your way to work, in the midst of your daily activities, your Let's Talk station is here to keep you informed. Only on your number one for talk, 95.1 Nigeria Info. Let's Talk.
Let's talk.
When the world gets too loud, we think of home. Home is finding peace and quiet. Home is a familiar face. Home is laughter. Home is romance. Home is action. Home is suspense. When you need to get away from the world, home is where it happens. Find Home on Netflix.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love